Welcome back, Guardians, to another awesome gameplay here on Black Shield. But this commentary is not going to be about the gameplay, and I just want to talk about something that I'm deeply passionate about, something that is a kind of a pastime of mine, other than gaming, of course. It's something that is my bread and butter. I love it to death, and I don't think I'll ever stop loving it. I'm pretty big into anime, and I have been for the past, I don't know, 6, 7 years. And I want to talk about a particular anime. Specifically, I want to talk about Sword Art Online. And if you guys don't know what Sword Art Online is, just stop what you're doing, pause the video, and look up Sword Art Online and watch that anime. I'm telling you this right now, it's easily one of the best animes I've ever seen, despite a few flaws, which I'm going to get into. So stop what you're doing. If you haven't seen Sword Art Online, this commentary is going to be about Sword Art Online. So, spoiler alert, you have been warned. Alright, so I'm going to get into the reasons why I enjoy Sword Art Online, and why it's such a highly rated anime, in my list anyway. And me, I'm huge. I've seen over 300, maybe 400 anime, and this is easily in my top 10 for various reasons. I love the main character. Kirito was just such a boss. He was such a gentleman. He was just everything that personifies a solo player. And by solo player, I mean somebody who goes through any game, doesn't matter what it is, and with the given purpose that it's possible to do an activity alone, even though it requires you to have multiple players or people. That is the quality in Kirito that I really enjoyed. That was a quality in that character that I thoroughly thought, man, this guy's a beast. And he got through every obstacle, every hurdle, anything, and he just did it by himself. You know, he doesn't want to get people involved. He's a solo player. He's a lone wolf. He does everything by himself. And if he can't do it, he goes back, levels up some more, and bam, he does it by himself. That is the quality of Kirito that I like. Not only that, he was almost a seemingly OP-ish character. He was kind of like an OP character, but at the same time, he had his weaknesses. He had his limitations. He was well-rounded, but he did everything by himself, and that's what I really enjoyed about Kirito. As a main character, he's just the boss, man. I just loved him. Alright, now, the story. So the anime does a very good job depicting what it is like to be an MMO player. Alright, you spend time and hours and minutes and seconds and just so much time trying to get to a particular point in the game, and you finally get to that point, and then you realize it's not enough. Alright, MMOs, and this is what I love about MMOs are seemingly endless, because even though you reach that certain point in the game where you think you've done it all, there's always something else that nobody has ever done, or something that nobody else has figured out, or some other way to, allocate resources and just ideas and just do things. You know what I mean? Like, MMOs are huge, and MMOs were a big part of my childhood. I can't think of any other game that I would play and just spend hours and hours on end other than an MMO. MMOs are freaking amazing, and this anime just does a very good job, like, conveying and depicting what it feels like to be an MMO player. You spend a lot of time, and sometimes you even it becomes part of your daily ritual. Things like player-owned ports and social areas and social spaces in the game. You spend so much time just socializing with people, and even though you're just typing back and forth to each other, it's just really reminiscent of any MMO's childhood, and that's what I really enjoyed about this anime. That's what it does the best. Certain aspects of an MMO, kind of like trusting the right people, befriending the right people, and getting in the right guild and things of that nature. It does such a good job depicting what it is like to be in an MMO. You have your player killers who did it for fun, who are just straight up D-bags, who just want to steal your items and they don't really care about you. You have people hacking. You have people that are really fun and are really cool to meet and just socialize with. And the anime does such a good job depicting this that it's almost like, whoa, you know? It just tries to explain this aspect to people who probably have never really indulged in an online, massively multiplayer role-playing game. And it does it to almost near perfection. Now, many people have many opinions about SAO. Oh yeah, the first 12 episodes. Let me get into this. The first 12 episodes of the anime were or 14. It's either 12 or 14. It's been a while. But the first half of the anime was just like, boom, like it's just something sets off in your brain like, holy crap, this is epic. This is just greater than life shit is being explained to you here, and it's in an animated anime TV show, and it's like, holy shit, it's just crazy. It's just this emotional and this, I don't know, like experience driven and linked high that you get from watching the show, and it does it very well. Now, major spoiler here. Again, I'm warning you a second time. If you have not watched this, go ahead and watch it, damn it. If you're a gamer like me, you will enjoy watching this anime. Alright, now moving on. The major flaw with this anime is that the second half is just very, very weak. They just take some strong turns and conclusions in the first half that the second half was like, why was it even in the show? And this is not the only anime that has done this. This is one of them, but this is not the only anime that has just gotten a really good idea, a really good premise, and then it just nosedives at the halfway mark. And it was ugly. It was like, why? Facepalm, But the initial feelings you get, the initial story that the first half starts off with is, in my opinion, more than enough to offset this whole sour or unneeded experience that you get in the second half. The whole point of the show is the whole point of the anime is, you're stuck in this video game. It's either you reach the 100th floor by beating all these bosses, overcoming all these hurdles, all this crap, so that you can go on with your life, or pretty much die in the game. Because if you die in real life. That's the whole point of the show, right? That's the whole point of the anime. And all I'm going to say, the second half just takes that and just completely dissolves it. Like, it was never even there. The second half is just all kinds of like, why did you do this? Why? And I don't blame people by getting turned off by the second half. The second half, I don't know. I mean, it had its goods and it had its bads, I guess. And a lot of people just get turned off by it. And my speculation on the second half, which is the major flaw in this anime, is that they want to drive the point home that Kirito is a gamer. The whole point of the show is to pretty much attract people who are gamers. And they wanted to keep the show going. They wanted people to be more interested in it, other than, okay, there's this one goal that we're all trying to reach here, and once we reach it, it's over. And, I'm not going to lie, I am a little disappointed. But, I mean, it is what it is, guys. Take the good and the bad, and what do you have? You have the facts of life. And they're all about you. And they really are, guys, because what I got from it was a very good anime, and the whole point of it is that gaming is awesome, especially MMOs, alright? And they wanted to pretty much take the seriousness away and just go into a more deeper storyline and just try to grow the characters a little more, because Asuna, don't get me wrong, I guess she was needed for the love interest, but in my opinion, she added a little bit to the show, but Kirito was the main reason why I love the show so much, because he was nearly impossible, nearly like he was like the solo player in a game where you need people to thrive, and I was like, wow, that was just magical, you know. Really love Sword Art Online, guys. Again, love Kirito, one of the best things in the show, and the second half, even though it was sour, I still didn't care because the first half was just so deep and just so crazy and just so emotional that it just makes up for the whole anime. Now, if you didn't watch it, you should watch it. But again, it's freaking awesome.